Hey everybody, and welcome back to another show. I got to put the camera on. There we go. The camera is off, but good to see everybody. Hope you guys are doing well out there. We've got is October back. October is it back on? Second half of the period. So hopefully, looking forward to that. So hope you guys are going to have a good time writing up those price charts over the next few weeks and months. It's going to be really cool. So let's see here. I've got a little bit of feedback going on here. So let's get into it. All right, who's in the chat there? Say hello. Get in there. And we've got, I can't even say that, Alien PDC in the house there. Good to see you, Alien. Well, we've actually got AlienX launching. So another Alien themed project. Excited about that for Inferno. Archie's in the house there. The Don of Dons of Mafia. Absolutely amazing. He is the most feared and smartest player on the game of Mafia. So big shout out to Archie. And of course, Eddie in the house there. It's time to rally. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go, Eddie. Big shout out to you as well as Hex Token channel member supporter. Big shout out there. Diamond Hand in the house there. Hey, Diamond Hand, good to see you too. Get in the chat there, folks, and say hello. Let's get into the markets. Let's not muck around. We're going to be covering crypto, stock markets, record-breaking markets at the moment. Pulsechain is starting to rally a bit too. And then we're going to get into TitanX. Inferno is now on Titan Farms. We're going to talk about that. And AlienX is coming up on Thursday. Exciting things. Of course, Volt is really doing some amazing things also. So we're going to get into all of that. All right. Without further ado, let's go. So, yeah, S&P 500 ends at fresh record highs. So this is the results for Monday, right? The opening of the week in the United States as Dow scales 43,000 for the first time. We continue to break records in the stock market. That's only good for crypto. So kind of cool to see these things happen. Let's have a look at the results. Almost 0.5% up on Dow Jones, 201 points at 43,000. And of course, if we look at that on the charts, it is absolutely amazing. Let's go max on the chart there. We can see that's all-time high. Look at that thing. It just keeps going. Absolutely stellar, right? 43,000. Amazing stuff on that chart. The S&P 500 up 0.77%, 45 points to 5,859. That's looking amazing as well. See that on the chart is record high. Look at that all-time high on the chart there. Just unbelievable. We were witnessing records here. I love it. NASDAQ at the moment is up 0.87%, 160 points to 18,500. That's got all the tech companies in it. And that is reaching new highs. Look at that thing. Everything is busting out record highs. So it's super exciting to see that. The dollar at the moment is up 30% there as well. 102.98 on the US dollar index versus its trading partners. That has definitely been remaining strong. West Texas there is at $72 a barrel. Brent oil is at $75, kind of flat there, I guess, for those. We got the gold price is pretty flat as well, only up $1, 2,666. And silver is up 0.25% at 8 cents to $31.47. So that's where we are on that. Just looking at some of the news here, that's pretty much it. I don't think we've got any commentary there. I was going to talk about. So that is that. That is the stock market. And it is record highs breaking that. That is the wealth effect, right? We want the wealth effect, we want the momentum. That should lead us well into crypto. And of course, crypto is looking real hot. We had a real bounce back today. 66,000, can you believe 66,000? Let's have a drink here. 66,334 is up a 5.6%. And of course, the Bitcoin dominance 55.42%. So we're still not in altcoin season, but things are heading in the right direction. Ethereum has had a massive bounce today. Look at that. Woohoo! 7.29%, $2,645. So looking really, really good there. Solana is up 6.7% as well. Let's full screen this actually. Solana is up 6.77%, $157. ADA is up 5% to 36 cents. XRP is up 3%. Tron is actually down 1% today. BNB is up 3.28% at $590. So some nice little movements there. And you can see down the bottom here, all the meme coins, Dodge and SHIB and everything is up pretty strong as well. Everything in dark green is up over 5%. And in light green, it's up, but it's below 5% increase. So some things, good things happening there. We can see even BCH and stuff down here, which you don't normally look at, is up green as well. And the good old little BSV down here as well is up at $49 as well. So it's having a good move there. Looks like it's up like 11% or something. So let's zoom in on Bitcoin and have a look at that a bit closer. Now, this is the daily chart here for Bitcoin, and we have been moving along. We avoided a death cross, as we say, back in September. We are continuing to rally up here in October. This is October, right? Is this yellow line? It's the month of October. And, of course, it is going up now. Woohoo! So really excited to see that. We'll probably bring up those charts again on Bitcoin monthly performance, but that's looking pretty good now. I think we're only slightly under the water for October, so we must be in the money now. $66,332, looking really, really good. And of course, we are heading into the US election is coming up. And of course, Trump victory is critical for freedom, world peace and prosperity, as well as crypto. Be great for crypto. Get rid of Gary Gensler, get rid of lawfare, simplify the regulations, and potentially be a bit of an insurance policy for Pulsechain with the court case as well coming up on the 31st of October. But that's 22 days away, folks, from the US election. And fingers crossed, things seem to be heading in the right direction in the battleground states. And of course, I think if he wins Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania is, I think, looking favorable to him, then it's a win. He may even surprise in the blue sunshine states and do better than people expect over there too. After all, in 2016, he broke that blue wall, right? So fingers crossed there. This is probably going to be the last election. So if he doesn't win, this will be the last US election. Pretty much the globalists will have taken over the United States with the communists, and it'd be doom and gloom for the rest of us if they win. There will really be no further a fair election after that. They will have tied it in. So it's all or nothing now, and it's going to affect the next century, right? The next century, not just for the United States, but for the whole Western world, really is on a turning point here. And of course, if you think the woke zombies are bad now, imagine them with full control. It'll just be hideous. It'll be hideous. So hopefully we'll get back to common sense, and people will be able to flourish together, living together. So that'll be cool. All right, so that's going to be at the moment $66,228. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum there obviously making a big death here. We are still in a death cross for Ethereum, but it should benefit from the Bitcoin and making a really good move today. That's a really good sign. Moving up from 2,438, almost up to 2,449 there. That's a really nice move for Ethereum. Let's have a look at the chart there. That is up 8.5%. Nice to see that. All right, so kind of cool. Let's jump over to the memes coins. They've been obviously going to rally on this, So let's have a look here. We've got Dogecoin at $17.1 billion. So it's moved up 7% for the week, and most of that's today, 5.5%. Everything's probably going to be up, so we're just going to quickly go through these. Pepe's up 14% today. Bonk's up 10% today. Let's see here. We got Turbo's up 35% today, 100% for the week. So Turbo making a really nice move. SPX also making pretty big move, 9% this week. So there's lots of happening in the meme coin space. Let's jump over to Dogs. So Dogs up 32% for the week, but down 3.5%. This is the number one meme coin on Runes, of course, on Bitcoin. First bull market season where Bitcoin's going to have meme coins. And of course, Dog, we're picking Dog for the win, is the number one at the moment. There is waiting for tier one exchanges, right? So Leonidas, who's the founder of Dog, given away fair and free to the people that were playing around with ordinals last year. Of course, we were doing that exclusively on this channel as a part of the Pulsechain influencers. And of course, we seem to be head of the line there. So pretty nice. And we're still picking this for the win. So this has got potentially huge upside. 100x type of coin. Potentially may even take out a Dogecoin at the top of the bull market if it gets those tier one exchanges. Does look like they're getting very close. Leonidas is in discussion with several of the top tier exchanges, and already without the top tier exchanges, it's already up with the big boys. So watch out, don't fade Dog on Runes, the Bitcoin meme. And of course, it makes sense to have the most valuable meme coin on the most valuable chain. So we shall see. All right, let's go to the overall market for crypto. 2.3 trillion, up 5%. That's a good day in the office. So pretty good there. Looking at volumes, 92.7 billion, up 93% on the volume. Woo! Bring it on. October, man. October. Yeah, baby, yeah. And looking pretty good. All right, so that is pretty much it. That's going to get us into Pulsechain update. Because obviously Pulsechain has been doing some magic as well. Before we do that, let's get in a bit more comments in the chat. We got more. Hex says, will Bitcoin close at 66K? Crazy says more. Yeah, looking very good. And that all-time high, right? Again, or the new all-time high. We've got to crack that again. October should be a green month for crypto, says more. Absolutely. Hey. We got Wookie in the house. Good to see you, Wookie, as always. He's out doing a bit of gardening, obviously harvesting his vegetables. Hexvader in the house as well. Hey, again, good to see Hexvader. Let's go, says Wookie. Absolutely. We got Crypto Greedy as well. Hex to £1. £1? Yeah, £1. Yeah, well, that's on the cards, man. That's on the cards. So let's get into here, get into Pulsechain update. It's a good lead in. Let's go. Bam. All right. So Pulsechain, day 521. Can you believe it? Day 521. Pulsechain price there. We've just about ended the day. We've got another 50 minutes. And we've got the price at quadruple 0501. This is really good price to believe. This is half or 50% of the sacrifice price, up 4.28% today. Pulsex is up 7.2% almost, and that's at quadruple 0277. Only 28% of the mean sacrifice price. So a lot of upside for Pulsex. And you know that in the bull run, we really get it moving. The DEXs do pretty well, get priced in. We got the total amount of buy and burn is at 1,031 billion. So that's going up all the time. 5.12% of all Pulsex's public Pulsex has been now bought and burned. So that's pretty cool. Incentive token up 6.9%, $2.10. And of course, 4.3% of that is the pulse price. The rest of it's the ratio. The ratio has bounced back to almost 42,000 pulse per one incentive. And the incentive token supply at 44.5 million. That is emitted from the Pulsex V1 farms, of course. Now, Hex, of course, which has been the shining light for, when it had the rally for about, 21 days to 4 weeks, somewhere like that. It is up 2.2% today, so a bit more modest, 1.43 cents. Probably going to have a bit of a move after that. And we're at 2,600 of a penny for EHEX. Combined price of EHEX and PHEX, or Hex on Pulsechain and Ethereum, is a 1.69 cents. So let's just say 1.7 cents. Still holding up pretty well there. That is pretty much it for a day of 521. Let's quickly look at the gas prices. 161,000 beats. So very low gas. 0.3 of a penny for a Pulsex swap. Ethereum at the moment is 13 Gwei. So Ethereum lifting up there, and we're Pulsechain's 4,248 times cheaper than Ethereum. So it's a great chain to do business. And of course, it is a full system stake copy or fork of Ethereum. And of course, here we are at active values 48,724. It is a full DeFi chain, battle tested, right? And let's have a look at the bridge, 112.4 million US dollars. That's up from yesterday. I think we were about 110, was it yesterday? So it looks like we're up a couple $1 million there. Obviously, ETH and Bitcoin is part of that going up in value. And that's pretty much it. I think that's probably the main movers there for the reason the bridge is up. So that is a day of 521. Let's go have a look at the rest of the charts. Let's have a look at some of these. We're going to go see that Pulsex up 7%, leading the way today. And let's have a quick look at the stable coins. Let's see the PDI. How's that going? PDI here. That is at 30, just under 3,400 of a penny, up 5% almost today. Yeah, we haven't seen this. You see the stable here? This is Sun Mini Meal. This was supposed to be, this is not targeting $1. This is supposed to be targeting $1.60, which is the value of the meal price apparently. And it has bounced off 33 cents, but $1.60 is where it started, or tried to get to, and wasn't able to hold that. We'll see what happens with them. They're supposed to bring like $20 million over. Let's see. I haven't heard anything since from Hex Scout. Hex Scout has kind of been covering that. Looking at influencer coins, looks like Poor Pleb is up 6%, so pretty good. Now, SolidX is down at $13.60. We're waiting for that crash game that's going to be from Eric, the founder of DragonX, and they reckon that's going to be a pretty big GameFi. I don't know if it's going to rival Mafia, but it could be a really, really big game on Pulsechain, and it's up 2.5%. So that's really cheap to get in on that. Remember, in the first 10 days, that rallied all the way to $263. It is Randy Alaski's friend, Firewhale, that has launched this one and supports it. So we're going to see where that heads to by the end of the year. Hopefully they'll get their audits out, and that game will launch. It'll be a major game. May rival Mafia. We shall see. Mafia is going to be a huge game. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see that play out. Let's jump over to let's see if we quick look at Mafia while we're here. Actually, looks like Pulse Mafia is at 1/10 of a penny. That's up 6.4% today, and BNB Mafia is at 6,200th of a penny. No, actually, it's lower than that. Actually, 62,000 of a penny, is it? Yeah, and that is up 5.9%. Yeah, I think that's right. So let's jump over to Pulsechain overall, and let's see how the market's going. What's performing? $22.4 million in volume, so that's good. I'm happy with that. We want to get obviously 25, 45 to stabilize, and then start rallying from there in the bull market. And of course, Magic Carpet Ride to be happening. 307,000 transactions. The best performer at the moment is this Nine Tails. It's very small retail liquidity, so that's obviously being pumped by somebody. Bitcoin Cash is up 140% on the Pulsechain copy. What else we got here? Finvestor is up 67%. Got 21k in liquidity. Haven't really seen that one before. Not sure if that's some new DApp there or not. It's got a website. No, it looks like a meme coin, doesn't it? It's got a website though. It's only been around for a few hours. Yeah, it's probably medical wear of Finvestor. Let's have a quick look at it. Now, this is not endorsing this project, of course. We're just having a quick look to see what it is. And 4% burn tax and 1% Finvestor reflections goes back to holders. Deflationary design there, so launched that. They reckon they got 12 holders for now. I don't know anything about this project. Don't know who's launched it. So if you do know, let us know in the chat. But apart from that, that is where it's at. We're going to get, these kind of projects launching from time to time. Don't know if it's safe or not, or this or that. So you're going to have to check, if you do look at it. Charm there is up 36%. Hex Diamond, a big shout out to Hex Diamond. I haven't seen Hex Diamond around for a while, but that's up 32% today. Yeah, not too bad, 29%. Let's have a quick look at the LP. Let's have a quick look at that. So we're going to log chart that and have a look. So, man, that's just been moving back up, isn't it? That's looking pretty good. So big shout out to Hex Diamond out there. All right, what else? We've got this PPAP up 24%. There's quite a few names you haven't seen normally, so they all just seem to be jumping out of nowhere. They got it, there's not endorsing any of these because I haven't seen a lot of these ones before. And you guys know I cover this virtually every day, so there we go. Mimic is up 19%. OMG, Orange Man Good up 18% from the Tan Gang, and Pico, which we're pretty familiar with, is up 14%. So there's lots of ones up over 10%. Crow Giftedware is up 11.3%. Now Giftedware obviously is doing a big player on Mafia on Pulsechain, but also doing Pulsar for TitanX Pulsechain. So it's going to be interesting to see that project move forward with arbitrage and stuff. Peach is up 10% as well, and DWB is up 10%. So those are kind of the leaders there today. A lot of weird, unusual ones, and yeah, so there we go. All right, so that is the end of Pulsechain update. Nothing really from Richard Hart today. So it's just the way it goes. Who believes the hardest is Lizil? Yeah, that's right. You got to believe in your coin, that's for sure. Howdy, Superman and family. Brennan in the house. Our TA guru is here. Never fear, which is kind of cool. Always good to see Brennan in the house. Let's jump over to TitanX, and that's where we're into now. We're going to talk about TitanX, Inferno, Titan Farm, and AlienX. So let's get into it without further ado. Let's not just muck around. We're 70 minutes on the hour. We're doing really great today. Let's go. Bam. All right. So these are the better performers today. So the better 24-hour basis, Volt is number one. Now Volt is really starting to race away there. The liquidity is over 10 million. Look at that, 10.7 million. Impressive. And the market cap's 21 million. That's really interesting numbers, that ratio, liquidity to market cap. And of course, Titan Farms played a huge role in that. Also getting really, really well ranked on the Ethereum there, one of the top 5 or 6, coins. So pretty awesome. Pulsar there from Giftedware is Crypto Kool-Aid is 11.5%. That's up today. So nice to see a little bit of climb there. Janus also on Pulsechain. So there's a lot of connection between TitanX and Pulsechain. So between Ethereum and Pulsechain happening here. So we've got 2 projects that are supporting Pulsechain with the TitanX connection. And Janus is the other one there from Helios. The founder, of course, is the dude. That's up 6% at the moment. Pulsar is doing pretty well there. Inferno is up 4%. So obviously Inferno has got AlienX. Inferno also has got the Titan Farm, right? So that's pretty exciting. Let's have a look there. So yeah, we're sitting at 502,000. The ratio is 1.42 TitanX. If we flip over to that, you can see the ratio there is ticking up there as well. Had a little bit of selling at 1.69, but then the farms came out after that selling. So we'll see where this heads over the next couple of days in the lead up to the big launch. So let's have a look at the first thing that Inferno had. Inferno got on to Titan Farms. So let's go have a look at that. That was, I don't know, maybe about 10 hours ago, something like that. The farm's only, well, I think the farm was up like 10 hours ago, but I think only liquidity was added the last 3 or 4 hours. So I think that's where we are there. And you can see down the bottom, the latest farm. So there were only 6 farms. Now there is 7 farms, and that is Inferno TitanX. So great news for Inferno. Remember, Inferno is like Dragon X and also like Volt. The supply is already out, so it's fixed and it's going deflationary. So it's just reducing the total supply. And at the moment, this has been pretty good. The APR is still pretty nice. It starts off at many thousands of percent down to 242. the amount of emissions it's getting. Remember, Titan Farm only has 1 tink per second, which equates to about 31.5 million tink per year. This at the moment, this farm, out of that 1 tink per second, this farm is getting allocated 0.02 tink per second. So that means that the tink on these other farms has gone down slightly. You can see here that DragonX, I think that started off at 0.17%, then 7 tink, and then went down to 0.16. Now it's 0.15, for example, and of course that lowers the APR slightly. Also, the price of tink at the moment is $2.75, so it was holding up around $3. It's just come down slightly. The burn at the moment 11,000 tink, and the total supply 505. So it's running at about 2% tink burn at the moment, and the burns have been increased. So we'll look at that in a minute. But this is the big news today, is the farm. So let's zoom on that. So 242% at the moment on the APR, and that's doing very well indeed. Now the earning there, so out of the earns LP fees, so Inferno LP fees are distributed to liquidity providers. So you will, if you are trading, if you are providing liquidity, you will earn the fees for the trading. Remember, that's only the case for Vault and Inferno. The rest of these pools, the fees go to the burning, right? So only Vault and Inferno. So all these other ones are what they call supported coins, the sort of the core ones here, like DragonX, Hydra, Hyper, and such. So let's have a look else what we got here. So 71.6% of liquidity is now in the pool. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, they want to get that up to 80+%. They're pretty where they want to go for that. And of course, that means that more volume is coming in, more fees are coming into the Tink ecosystems. That's bullish news all around. Bullish for Inferno, get supply off the market more, and of course, it boosts the liquidity on Inferno. So if you go to Inferno, yesterday we were sitting here last night even at $225,000. Now it's $878,000. So it's gone up dramatically. What's that, a 3x in the volume? And that's the market cap's now 5.9. So really exciting to see this as a supply sink for Inferno. It also helps to lead up into the launch of AlienX on Thursday, which is also going to do a massive buy and burn and other things for Inferno as well, for AlienX when it launches. So very, very bullish things happening here. Still get a bit of sell pressure from the Inferno DGN crew, but it still looks like pretty good for the next couple of days. And then the burning starts, right? And we know that Inferno is a 51% burn so far, so it's still got about 49% of supply to burn out. And of course, supply sinks like Titan Farms and also AlienX should help along with that. Getting supply off the market and burning the token off. So that's kind of the cool there. And of course, we talked about AlienX. It is coming up at the moment, 2 days and 14 hours away for AlienX to launch. And like I say, it's going to be pretty bullish on the burn. So 28% of TitanX sent to buy is going to be into the protocol for AlienX is going to go and buy Inferno. So that, 28% of TitanX used it during the mint is converted into Inferno and reinforcing the system's core energy reserves. They're also going to obviously have a 8% of the TitanX is sent to Inferno Burn 2.0. So this is on the official Inferno website, and of course that will be burning. 8% will be used to burn Inferno using the buy and burn contract. That's pretty cool. And also there's some here as well. 8% sent to the Flux Inferno buy and burn. 50% is sent to the Flux pool, but 50% is sent to the Flux buy and burn contract, which burns Flux and Inferno. So some good things happening there. Very excited about that. And of course, the trading pair will be AlienX Inferno, AlienX TitanX. So that's kind of the play there, looking pretty good for Inferno. So more buy pressure there, looking pretty good. So we'll see what happens with this chart in the next couple of days as well for Inferno. So looking pretty good. And if you want to find out more details, get into our strategy club. A link is in the video description. And have a good time making mad gains. That's all we can say. So that is kind of what's happening with Inferno. Really great news on Titan Farms. Really great news. So if you've got Inferno, you can go into Titan Farms with TitanX and earn a nice yield, 242% at the moment. And in that precious Tink's going to have its day in the sun in the future. What else we got to say about this? Hydra is moving up a little bit here, up 2.7%. Inferno there, 1.9%. TitanX itself is up 1.5% for the 24 hours. And there was a little bit of profit taking going on yesterday, right? The TitanX was really pushing it high. The RSI was getting a bit hot, and some of the larger accounts, or at least some accounts, decided to sell down, just easing us off there. But looks like we're moving back up. The rest of the markets are relatively negative on 24 hours. You can see DragonX, AWX, everything else pretty much down. The big mover down, of course, is Element 280. Now, this was to be expected, right? So if you see this big chart here, see this drop, that is 48 hours in. So we knew that the first tokens weren't going to be minted out till 48 hours. And basically it was the first served, right? So once this got happening, the token got sold off, despite the buy and burn, right? So that's where we are at the moment. We've got the buy and burn in there, but it's keeping us down there for the time being. So, but this Element 280 doing very, very well overall, despite we expected this to happen on the price chart, and people are still making pretty good there. So let's have a look at the stats, see where the Element 280 is at the moment. So this is the last project to launch, right? We had AwesomeX and then Element 280. Element 280 is a giant big buy and burner. Really, really cool for the ecosystem. Really spurred on that big rally we had. So look at this total TitanX from mints, 2.1 trillion. I mean, fantastic results, right? Fantastic results. I think we're on day 3 now, and almost $3 million US. Very, very impressive results. At the moment, we got 5% liquid, 5.85% in LPs, and already 6.3% has been burned. And we've got the rest of the element, 1.67 trillion element tokens sitting in the NFTs. That's 80.6% of supply. We've had 2,435 NFTs, and the multipliers is now at 19,597. That's what determines your reward allocation, right? So if you're in the user vault, you would see your rewards in here. Some people have burnt their NFTs to get the tokens to sell down that sell. So you'd have been very, very lucky if you sold before, like if you were in here and bet that price, that would have been a very good move. What else we can say about that? Yeah, the first day, of course, was the rewards were claimable 24 hours after launch, so it would have been pretty good. But it's weekly thereafter, right, to claim the rewards. You can see there's $91,000, $90,000 worth of rewards in there at the moment, and the NFTs paid so far $9,500 paid in rewards there so far. So ticking away. The buy and burn, though, this is a lot of fun. The buy and burn has been really called on all these different peers here. It's helping to buy and burn all these projects in the TitanX ecosystem. Pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. So got some nice buy and burns at the moment. Just to highlight a few, we've got TitanX at 800 million. We've got DragonX at 1.2 billion. TitanX on the cap per swap, looking pretty good there. What else have we got there? Let's go down to Inferno is 1 billion TitanX. That's coming up in 7 minutes, actually. It's going to burn. That's pretty good. And what else there? Vault is sitting at 900 million TitanX, so not bad there as well. You can see all the clocks there. Time to next burn. Don't you love that? That is pretty exciting. Still a lot of crypto in there too. We've got 102 billion TitanX in there, so that's pretty, plenty of buying and burning going on there at the moment. So very excited. And the other thing, of course, you can now trade these NFTs on Titan Legends, I should say, which is pretty cool. So good stuff happening there. That is on all. I think we've covered all the charts that I want to talk about. Obviously, Tink at $2.74, and nice to see the Hydra DragonX ratio there. Let's see what that ratio is at the moment. 65. So it's pretty much stabilized there for the time being. We are coming up in a week time or so to bigger inflation, so that's going to play out on the old Hydra as well. So that's kind of cool. The other big thing, of course, is ORX is going to be launching, right? So ORX is going to be launching. That is the big lending and stablecoin protocol. It's in 2 parts, right? So the token, the ownership token, ORX is coming up first in 1 day and 12 hours, so a day and a half away. And then the USDX is going to be maybe 3 or 4 weeks after that, as we understand it. So it's going to be the stablecoin. That's where people can put TitanX and get that stablecoin out, and then go back into the TitanX ecosystem and buy more, right? So it's going to be a little bit perhaps like the Element 280, where it's going to be enabling more buying of a scarce asset. Remember, TitanX going into strong deflation, into hyperdeflation, and that's very exciting to see these projects come out. This is the third of the big 3 DeFis, so we're going to be looking forward to that. And the ORX mint there maybe gets 10 trillion TitanX off the market as well. That would be massive, right? That would be absolutely massive. That would kind of be the total amount, and that would be huge for TitanX. So let's quickly look at the supply numbers for TitanX, which is the medium of exchange. Let's have a quick look at that. What do we got here? We've got the supply stats being there's 49.2 trillion in liquid supply. So we're sitting at 23.66% of all TitanX is liquid. And what do we got coming up? We've got about maybe seven plus trillion, I think it is, somewhere in that ballpark, still to come out. And so let's have a look at the future 9 days. Let's have a look at that. Let's do 90 days, right? Let's have a look at the whole thing. This is the whole thing. So yeah, we're coming off the end of this one here, 383 billion today. So a pretty relatively low day. The day we're about to start, which is going to be in 30 minutes, is this orange candle. That's going to be 421 billion TitanX. Then we're going to drop down. So we're starting that today, but tomorrow we're going to have this little candle. This little candle, look at that, 110 billion. That's got to be a good day for deflation tomorrow. That's going to be very exciting. So we're getting there. Then we've got a day, got a 5 days in a row where we're getting, anything from 340 to our last big candle, which is 615. That pink candle, that's in 2 days' time. And once we get through that, look at how many low days we got after that. The 22nd of October. So this really is quite a turning point for the inflation for TitanX on the 21st. We're going down to another level, right? Down another level. And we're going to go 110 on the 22nd of October, 126 on the 23rd. We're going to crush that, right? With all the protocols launching, it's going to be absolutely crazy. We've got AlienX, we've got Ouroboros. This is going to be insane, guys. So very, very little, something like 7 trillion or something left to come out, somewhere in that ballpark. And yeah, we're just ticking through it. It's by the time we get through to, the 9th of November, it's game on, right? I suspect, however, that we've got on the 30th, we've got the 369 payout. That's right here before this peachy candle. There's 465 billion there. And then we've got this last 400 billion candle. This is kind of the last of the significant inflations, if you want to call it that. And that's when I think X28 is going to launch, is on the 8th of November. That's my guess there. There's a couple of reasons for that, but that's one of them here, is that candle. And then we just drop off, right? So, there's really nothing else after that. Yeah, it's game on. So yeah, we could have the 369 payout. There's about $6 to $7 million in there, and then we've got maybe X28. Here we go, Omni-chain, and it burns up the rest of the TitanX. Man, it's game on. So yeah, pretty exciting. So it looks like tomorrow we've got Ouroboros coming out here somewhere in this ballpark, maybe where the pink line is. That's gonna, if it eats 10 trillion TitanX, it's amazing. 369, of course, going to start eating up all the TitanX on the market as well. Going to buy and burn it and stake it and stuff. And then we've got obviously X28 going to eat up the rest of the TitanX. So this thing is going to go ballistic on TitanX. It really is crazy. That is the medium of exchange, and it's going to become very scarce indeed. What's it going to do to the price? Well, probably insane things, right? Insane things to the price, especially with all these protocols running around. We got obviously 2 coming up here, ORX and AlienX. We just come off the back of AwesomeX and Element 280, which have both been very successful launches there. Let's quickly look at AwesomeX just to see that one as well. So let's see how the results are going there. We've got a new auction in the house there. So yeah, 1.1 trillion has been deposited. Remember, this launches every week. So this is a weekly, a bit like Blaze Inferno was. It's a bit like Inferno. So every week there's 3 days and 14 hours to go until cycle 2 starts for AwesomeX, and it's performing pretty well. You can see the burn has started. So that is at 85 or 2.7% is burned up. That's 85 billion. Still 3 trillion and 73 billion liquid. But the buy and burn is operating. Kind of cool. Let's have a look at the buy and burn. It's got it's still got over $1 million worth of buy and burn, 757 billion TitanX. And the buy and burn distribution day is 23.7 billion. Remember, it starts off, it goes like 4% per day, and then starts ramping up towards the end of the week to 10 to 12%, something like that. So that is ticking away pretty nicely. We should see some action there on the AwesomeX price. It's down about 3.6% today, but keep a look out there. It could be pretty good. So that's kind of some of the things that are happening with the projects. We've looked at the performance. We've looked at the fact that AwesomeX and Element 280 doing pretty well. We've got obviously AlienX coming up. This is going to help Inferno a lot, and then ORX is going to help. Initially it won't help a lot. It's going to help TitanX mainly, and of course that's going to help all the rest of the projects. But then of course USD is going to come out, and that's going to help all the projects because it's going to be allow people to put their TitanX and other tokens potentially in there and borrow that USDX and go buy more, right? So it's just really just ratcheting things up in terms of value. So very excited to see that. User numbers in TitanX are going up too. We're up 0.5% almost today, 17,039. Also, big news was that TitanX, DragonX, sorry, got put onto Morales. It won the competition there and got a lot of hundreds of thousands of views on DragonX. So I'm very excited to see that. And other influencers that were covering it, like Somi, big influencers there, and of course Ivan on tech. So getting some attention from some big influencers on X and on YouTube. So that's helping grow the community, right? So yeah, very excited to see that. So TitanX going hyperdeflationary, growth in the users, the bull market starting to ratchet up for October. It is getting really exciting. Whole ton of new projects, of course, DeFi included. The system is really starting to ratchet up there. And of course, day 369 is only 15 days and 7 hours away. So that payout, $6.7 million, is coming, and that's going to even supercharge things even more. Very excited to that. And of course, Ouroboros is a giant lending DeFi stablecoin platform. And of course, the ownership token RX launching there in 1 day and 12 hours. So that's going to be fun times for everybody, I think. Very excited to that. If you want to find out more, of course, join our Discord, our special strategy club. And of course, you can find out lots of different layers and strategies and things like that we've been doing as the ecosystem evolves for TitanX, as well, of course, as Pulsechain, X1, and many other things that are coming down the line for crypto. Very excited to see where this all heads. So keep a tab on all that. All right, really loving Titan Farms. I think Titan Farms is going to have a big future. Where's the bottom price? Well, come into the chat and into our strategy club, and we can chat about that. So very cool. Over $30 million getting rid of, managed by Titan Farms. 83.46% of supported tokens. Isn't that amazing? That is just the early days too. What are we, day 7? Day 7 starting now. Yeah, almost a week, but a day to go for that. Exciting times. All right, so that is pretty much that. Let's jump into the chat and see what else we've got going, and maybe I can check out some of those things as well. Paul O'Shea in the house there. Hi all, it's been a while. Hey, yeah, definitely been a while, Paul. Good to see you in the house though. And I hope you come along a bit more regular. That'd be the way to go. MBS says, morning family, just shared Shootman's live stream in the new community on Twitter. Yeah, fantastic, MBS, appreciate that. Now, MVS opened up a new community on X, and he had John Cena, famous John Cena, followed him on there, and exciting times. So keep up the good work there, MVS. John Cena, huge, millions of followers of John Cena. AlienX is John, absolutely looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got plenty of time, 37 minutes, so we're going to probably have a bit closer look at AlienX. I'll probably pull it up actually. MBS says share and like, let's make Superman go viral, says MBS. I like that, appreciate that. Wookie says join the strategy club today with Wookie's amazing link. Yeah, there it is, join up today. It's only $35 a month, so really good value, and you get to chat and contribute your ideas and listen to other people's ideas, and you got a whole ton of seasoned pros in there, so definitely get in that. Use Wookie's link, says Archie. Indeed. Strategy club is crushing it, says Archie. That is true. People are doing very well in there as well. So we've got some big players in there too. It's doing some good stuff. So nice one there. All sorts of different sizes of investors. MVS says, yeah, everybody else's link sucks. Says, well, I don't know about that. You don't give Wookie too much kudos there, but it definitely is a good link there. All right, let's bring it in. Let's bring it in here. We're going to go deep dive a little bit more into the AlienX, which is going to benefit Inferno. So let's do that. All right, so we're coming up to that launch. That is in 2 days and 14 hours. Let's have a quick look at the white paper. So yeah, AlienX there. It's going to be another one from the Blaze team, pretty much. AlienX mint spans 8 Earth weeks and features a 1 to 24-hour mint cycle per week. So this is 8 weeks that's going to last, this mint phase for the AlienX. So it's pretty cool. AlienX is going to benefit TitanX and Inferno. What else are we going to say about that? The buy and boom mechanism drives the entire AlienX ecosystem. It transforms TitanX into Inferno and incinerates AlienX and fuels the eternal cosmic interaction. So pretty cool. Hyperdeflationary, AlienX tax structure ensures it remains hyperdeflationary, burning on a stellar scale. So only 8 weeks. I like that. So I like the Inferno's approach 8 weeks. I think that's kind of the max that I like. Some obviously, if you're doing slightly different things, AwesomeX obviously is every week for 125 weeks. It's a little different there. I did prefer the shorter time frames. As you know, I really like Volts straight off the bat, and that's crushed it. It's crushed it. Absolutely blowing minds there. Alien mint phase there. So we've got 8 weeks there, week 1 and all the way through week 8. The ratio goes down though, right? So you get a 1-to-1. 1 TitanX equals 1 AlienX token. By the time you get to week 8, it's 1 equals 0.44. So you're getting a lot less AlienX by the time you get to week 8. So just remember that. But the buy and burn helps ratchet the price up, right? So it makes that ratio still look pretty good by the time you get there. So that's the logic that goes on there. LP pools, obviously AlienX and Inferno, AlienX and TitanX. So excited about that. Both LPs will be formed when 30 billion of TitanX has entered the first day. 20 billion TitanX will be used to form the AlienX TitanX pair, and 10 billion TitanX will be formed from the AlienX Inferno pair. So obviously benefit, in favor of TitanX versus Inferno. Mint phase allocation. Obviously, we've gone through this already, but 28% sent to buy Inferno. We're really excited about that. So that's super bullish for Inferno. 28% is sent to buy AlienX and buy and burn it. So that's cool. That's going to keep that deflationary helps during those first 8 weeks too, right? 28% there. 20% is going to TitanX burn. It's going to burn TitanX. It helps lift the US dollar value if you think of it like that. 8% sent to Inferno burn. That's going to help Inferno. Help Inferno burn. 8% sent to Flux Inferno buy and burn. So it's both a buy and a burn for Inferno. And of course 50-50 to the Flux and 50-50 to Flux and Inferno there. What else there? 2% to the burn, pull and burn. 2% could be used in liquidity pool mechanics, and 6% goes to the team there. Genesis, no expectations. What else there? AlienX, yeah. So AlienX buy and burn. TitanX going to be pretty cool. So this is the schedule. Remember, the place teams loves this ramping up schedule, especially with the auctions here. And of course, we've got 2.6%. Sorry, mint phases, I should say. 2.6% burn on Thursdays, 2.8 on Fridays, 2.8% on Saturdays. Then it drops down to Sundays, 0.8% burn, 0.8% on Mondays, 1.7% burn on Thursdays, 2.6% burn on Wednesday there. So each day of the week is mapped by a specific burn rate. So weekly burn schedule is 14% of the supply there. So that's the play. What else are we going to say about that? 85.9% is sent to the Alien buy and burn the following week. So it pushes out all that value that's captured from week to week into the following week there. So I think that's probably a much better allocation. In terms of Inferno, 100% of TitanX sent to buy Inferno. Every unit of TitanX allocated to buy Inferno is utilized to purchase Inferno, reinforcing the system's synergy, system's energy reserves, and preparing for the next phase of the cosmic expansion. So I love these alien words, of course. The Inferno is purchased with TitanX over 1,260 calls over the current week. So lots of little purchases and burns. This will be included in AlienX and TitanX buy and burn mechanism as well. So both got the same amount of calls for both those tokens, TitanX and Inferno. 0.88% daily buy and burn of AlienX. The constant burn rate ensures the AlienX value is maintained over time. There we go. And the tax allocation. The tax system within the AlienX ecosystem is designed to have a constant burn. 2.08% tax on sales. A minimum alien tax is applied to sell transactions, and after the AlienX is burned immediately on each transaction. Fueling continuous energy supply. 50% alien tax is burned forever. 50% alien tax is sent to the LP there. So I'm not sure. I guess this is going on a V2. I guess I didn't even check that, because normally V3. Yeah, so they're going to be V2 pools. There we go. You can have taxes on VTOs. So these will be V2 pools. Very, very different there. All right. What else? We saw AwesomeX go on V2 pools, right? Sorry, Element 280 go on V2s. That seemed to perform pretty well. Post-mint phase. What else there? Set up liquidity pools with each build on TitanX protocols. After minting, new liquidity pools will be established with each build on TitanX project, creating a web of liquidity that traps arbitrage spots, much like Cosmic Net and Snare's space debris. There we go, a little bit of drama there. But basically, this is what Element 280 has been doing, right? Setting up all those different pairs with other TitanX projects and helping get the arbitrage bots have to trade there on those, and helps lift the floor price, right? So that's a slow, but contributes to value from the bots. Game theory there. The flywheel effect, TitanX, Inferno, Flux. These tokens interact in the cycle of energy transfer. Buy and burn mechanics. Tax-free structure feeds a hyper-deflationary system forever. That's what those bots are supporting that to. Goal there, increase Inferno's value within TitanX sub ecosystem there, so making Inferno more scarce as well. So bullish, and of course it's paired to that, so Inferno goes up, it helps it go up, I guess, over time as well. Future development. The AlienX project is designed with future expansion in mind. Exploration of uncharted lands, Planet X. So it looks like Planet X could be the next project coming up there for this project. So building projects on projects. Once AlienX explorations of the newfound galaxy and Planet X are complete and stabilized, TitanX mining is new uncharted lands there. So that is kind of it where they are at on this project. So that's coming up, as we say, in 2 days and 14 hours. Going to benefit Inferno and TitanX, and of course AlienX itself, and taking a few elements there from Element 280 also in the V2, so some similarities there. And of course we've got Ouroboros launching in 1.5 days, the third of the big 3 DeFis, so everyone's excited about that too. Obviously the founder's not doxed, but does seem to have pretty good support from Jake and Eric, the 2 founders here. So I think that's probably making it something worth people considering. MBS says Wookie is paying me 25%. That's why I see. I see. There, good one there, Wookie. Setting the scene. All right, so it's 46 minutes on the hour. I think we're going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage today. Looking pretty good. Crypto's looking good. Stock market's looking good. Pulsechain's starting to move a little bit there, and TitanX is getting ready for that next stage. We had a good rally last night. Probably just ramping up for the next wave after wave after wave for TitanX. And we're looking forward to it. All right, don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I'll catch you on the next live stream tomorrow, and until then I'll see you in Discord. Take care, everybody, and bye for now. See you later, alligator, as we say. See you later, alligator.